Okay, I thought I'd do a little video on logarithms. If you don't want to say logarithm, you can say logs. I do. And quick translation of what log AB means. That's how I say it. And that just means A to the what power equals B. Okay? So you probably already know this. 2 squared equals 4. Okay, so I could say log 2 of 4. That means 2 to the what power equals 4. Well, 2 to the second power equals 4, so bada bing, bada boom, there we go. Okay? And that part is pretty easy. You're probably going to get an assignment here pretty quick where you just go around guessing logarithms, and checking them with your calculator, with multiplication or whatever. But what usually hangs people up is logarithmic equations, solving for variables, and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to we've got some rules about logarithms, and they're good to know. First of all, it's nothing that I wouldn't get crazy about memorizing them, but it's because practice is actually going to get you there. If you'll accidentally practice everything. You'll accidentally memorize them if you just practice them. So let's dive into some rules of logs. Rules of logs. Okay, the first rule, one of the first things about logs is log. If there's nothing written down here, it's implied that that there's a 10 down there. The natural log of something. That basically means e to the what equals b. Okay, that just basically means log e to the b. And oh, by the way, if you haven't seen e yet, e is this. It's an irrational number that you'll see all the time. It's pretty interesting. It's everywhere, but that's all that means. And since it's everywhere, we have a special logarithm for it, and we call it the natural log. So very important number, and it's got its own logarithm notation. So that's just a little bit of notation. Okay. Now, I want to go to a product right here. Okay, a product is, A times B. So let's say you had the natural log of base C of A times B. Well, you can do a little bit of rewriting, and you can rewrite this as log C of B. So you can do that. That's handy because sometimes it's you might need to use it to solve an equation. And the same thing is kind of true for division. If you get the natural log of a fraction, well, you can rewrite it as log of base C minus log base C. So you can do the same thing, okay? What's another one? Oh, this is a good one. Here's a good one. Log of C to the, let me make up a, that's a T. we've got this little neat little rule called the power rule, which just says you can take your exponent and stick it in front. Now, don't confuse the power rule right here. Don't confuse it for this. Don't get confused. If you run into this, this is not equal to, okay? See, basically, this is the log of m raised to the t, okay? This over here is something different, completely different. This is c to the what power equals m raised to the t. This is c to the what power equals m to the t. So that's a totally different thing right there. And this power rule is actually one of the first things I kind of want to work with. I'm gonna show you a couple examples in the next video. Because I think that one can kind of be a little bit confusing sometimes, and at the same time, there's also a little bit of tricks that can make your life a lot easier. So for right now, let's just stick to our basic rules. That's just the first dude. Okay, so copy those down real quick. If they're not in your book, maybe I'll start writing a lot more of this stuff down, and maybe you might not. Maybe you decided not to buy a book. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna comment on that. But if you don't think you need a book, that's fine. You know, because they're really expensive. But write these down, and next video I'll see you. We'll do some more logarithms.